Today we're going to be talking about what the word POG means and where it came from. But without further ado, let's get started. What is up, guys? Ben Allen back again with another video, and this one's going to be, kind of a quick one. We're just going to be going over the history of the word POG, what it means, and why people typically use it. POG stands for person other than grunt, so typically if you're not infantry or in the combat arms MOS, you fall into this category. There are some exceptions, right, here and there, typically for medics, but that's on a case-by-case basis, right? Before we get into the topic, guys, like I said, my name is Ben Allen. I did 4 years active duty in the Army, then a year and a half in the Army Reserve. So if you have any questions whatsoever over active duty or the reserves, hit me up on my Instagram, which is at Ben_Allen175. It's the best possible place to reach me. I usually try to get back to you guys within a week or so. And most importantly, like this video so it pushes us out to a larger audience, and subscribe because we're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers in the next 6 months, and I need your all's help to do it, right? So smash that subscribe button, show the love, and thank you. But with all that out of the way, let's jump into the topic of today's video. So POG, right? You're probably gonna hear this a lot throughout your military career, whether you're infantry yourself, right? Or you're, in a non-combat MOS, right? Or position, depending on what branch of service you're in, right? But typically POG is used as an insult, right? You have like this infantryman grunt, right? They're like, oh, you stupid POG, blah, blah, blah. You just always behind a desk, whatever, you're a cook, whatever, you're fucking POG, right? And they think they're doing the most with it, right? They think they're genuinely hurting somebody's feelings. To certain people it does, to others they just kind of laugh at the infantryman because they're like, all right, you're just kind of like a glorified janitor in the motor pool working on your vehicles, or just doing some infantry type shit that, isn't as desirable to be done in today's military, right? So they're just kind of like, yeah, I'm a POG, right? And so those are typically the responses you get. You get the people like, I'm not a POG, I'm a cook, I serve you guys just like everybody, all that shit. And it's just funny. It's funny to see the interactions that go down with this. It can be used as a form of hazing, so hazing is not encouraged. It happens, right? We're not gonna lie about that. It definitely happens, but I'm not encouraging anybody here to go haze somebody that is a POG, right? And typically, right, there are some exceptions, right? It just depends. Most of the time, if you're a medic and you're attached to the infantry, your infantry dudes do not consider you a POG. Unless you're a super shitty medic, then you might still be called a POG. But if you're good, if they like you, you're Doc, right? And they'll be like, oh, somebody else will call you a POG, like, no, that's fucking Doc right there, bro. He's not a POG, right? So it pays to be a 68 whiskey sometimes if you're good. I was attached to the infantry. It was a good time. I love hanging out with the guys. And those are typically some of the only exceptions that I know. Scouts will try to come in and claim, oh, well, we're combat arms too, but they're not a grunt. So, and but they'd all be like, well, we're basically infantry. But basically, as it is, I've seen this conversation go down hundreds of times between scouts and infantrymen, as I've been attached to both as a medic. So it's pretty funny, right? Now, where did the term originate, right? So, quick Google search, guys. You guys can just type this in, like history of the word POG. So POG is pretty much like Gaelic, I hope I pronounced that right, for kiss, right? And it's spelled P-O-G-U-E, so POG. And pretty much how it started, it was in the Navy, from Navy sailors of Irish descent, right? While they were out there, doing what they're doing, right? They'd come back and just, call the people that stayed back on shore POGs, right? Because they were getting kisses from all the ladies while they were just on a ship out there, a bunch of dudes, right? And so they would use that as an insult pretty much. And, later on the Marines adopted that, and they kind of changed it to where if you're not a combat arms MOS, you're a POG, right? You're a person other than grunt and all that type of stuff. And then the Army caught wind of it, and they're like, yo, POG, bro, let's use this as the greatest insult in the history of the military, right? And, it's just pretty interesting to see, like, how it just all ties together, you know what I mean? Because, like, people just hear the word POG, and some of the biggest offenders for using the word POG are infantrymen that are like fresh out of like basic OSIT, right? They're like not even a year in the military yet, and you know, all they've done is just completed OSIT. They're infantry, right? You know, they're qualified, they got their blue cord, they get to their unit, and just anybody that's not infantry, and if they're just assholes, they're like, oh, you fucking POG, blah 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 blah, you fucking suck, blah blah blah, you know what I mean? And it's like, bro, like, chill, you've done nothing yet. Like, you're not even a year in, bro. Like, this S1 clerk over here has more deployments and or like rotations under their belt than you do. Like, chill out, bro. Like, it's not that serious. And the S1's just over here like, yeah, you know, you're probably gonna be getting smoked though, like the entire time in the infantry, working in the hot ass sun in the field. Like, I'm chilling over here in the air condition. Like, a lot of people don't take it as, you know, an offense. They're just like, yeah, I'm a fucking POG, bro. Like, my life's pretty chill. Like, you know what I mean? They're like they're thinking they're working smarter, not harder type of stuff. And, you know, to each their own, bro. If you think that way, that's awesome. If you get offended when people call you POG, cool. If you're the type of person that if they call you POG, you're just like, all right, yeah, awesome, right? Just whatever. We'll let the infantry have it, right? You know, it's fun. I think it's fun seeing these interactions, right? It's just funny how the term originated, and you know, now it's, you know, a pretty popular word in today's military. And as for the Air Force, they really don't use the term a whole lot, considering most of them are POGs anyway. At least that's what the website said that I read this from, right? But I just thought it was funny because it is funny, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much the video, guys. I told you, quick little thing, little history lesson on what does the word POG mean. Person other than grunt, right? So if you're not a grunt, you're a POG. That's not a bad thing. If they try to make it a bad thing, it only is if you make it. So, you know, don't make it. But if you do, cool. Hey, grow, get some thick skin. You know, it's the military, right? You can't cry about everything. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want more, like, you know, military word history, I guess, let me know in the comments what word you want me to talk about next. If you have any questions whatsoever about the word, about the Army Reserves, active duty, hit me up on my Instagram at Ben_Allen175. Like this video so it pushes it out to a larger audience, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, guys. We're trying to hit 100K in the next 6 months. I really need y'all's help. And if you guys are infantry and you go to the field often and you come home, you know, just dirty as shit, full of mud, dirt, sweat, blood, tears, all that stuff, get yourself some soap. You know, clean your ass, right? Cold pressed bricks, guys. If you use code BenAllen10, you'll get 10% off your entire purchase of soap. It's military friendly, military owned. DWK Videos, he's the owner of this. The link will be down in the description. Check it out. There's a bunch of different soaps and scents for your guys's, you know, ass washing needs. You know what I'm saying? But thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one. Later.